Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Secretary Fudge, thank you for being here today. It's good to see you again after 2 long years. Unfortunately, the changes in the housing market really haven't been positive in the last 2 years. Affordability has become a critical issue. Mortgage payments and rent are skyrocketing. Millions of Americans have to allocate more of their income towards simply putting a roof over their head. It's no surprise that homelessness is growing nationwide. Your agency's mission is to provide decent, safe, and sanitary housing, and I'm disheartened to say that that's no longer the case for many Americans. In the most recent HUD point-in-time count report, your agency found that homelessness has increased by over 12% compared to 2022. Specifically, the report found that more than 650,000 people experience homelessness on any given night in America, which represents the highest level since 2007. In addition, the number of people who became homeless for the first time increased by a staggering 25% between 2021 and 2022, and these numbers have grown despite the number of beds available to homeless populations increasing by 6% during last year alone. So I have my own thoughts on what's causing all of these challenges. What do you think are the main drivers of these troubling trends?
There are a number of things. As you look at the fact that senior citizens are becoming some of the fastest groups of people that are homeless today, it's because they live on fixed incomes like Social Security, which we don't increase. When you talk about families with children, many of those persons do not have jobs because for whatever reason, once we lost the resources or they sunsetted from the COVID packages, people were put in a position where they could not pay the rent anymore because there was no assistance. People were put in a position where we did not have enough shelter beds or enough congregation.
Do you think that the inflation resulting from the trillions of dollars that were spent over the last few years is causing part of this? I think that might be the number one cause, and I think the number two cause is probably the lawlessness at our southern border, where millions and millions of illegal immigrants are coming into this country, and they're straining our resources. And before you answer that, you just were speaking with my friend from Wisconsin, and you said that there are no illegal immigrants, I'm sure you're going to call them asylum seekers, that jump ahead of the line and get resources and benefits.
Not from us.
From the government.
I'm talking about HUD. I only talk about HUD.
Okay, well, just yesterday, the mayor of New York City closed a school in Brooklyn and bused 2,000 illegal immigrants there, and they're currently riding out a storm for a couple of days. I mean, do you think that maybe...
That has nothing to do with HUD.
Well, can you tell me that there were no community development block grant funds used to help facilitate that decision?
I have no idea what funds
do you think that they shouldn't use federal funds to prioritize housing illegal immigrants over American citizens?
It's not my job to tell mayors how to run their cities.
Well, it's our job to tell them what to do with federal dollars.
Should. Okay. And it's fine. You should do that.
Good afternoon, friends. It has been confirmed. The White House has officially released billions of dollars in financial aid, and this assistance will be provided to millions of Americans who are struggling financially to heat their homes this winter. Many states are urging their residents to see if they qualify for this relief, which could be worth up to hundreds of dollars. My dear friends, I'll be covering how you can find out if you are eligible. So please make sure that you watch until the end of this video. Also, every Friday, I will be announcing several winners for the Walmart gift card giveaway. If you would like to enter these weekly giveaway, friends, all you have to do is click and like several of my videos and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. The more videos that you comment on, friends, the greater your chances of winning the giveaways. Now, friends, experts have confirmed that renters and homeowners are experiencing inflation differently. Currently, it looks like renters are facing a more significant impact. Recent data on the Consumer Price Index revealed a 3.4% inflation rate in December, which is the highest since September 2023. The noteworthy aspect of December's data is that despite strong consumer spending during the winter holidays, housing remains a key factor in keeping inflation above the Federal Reserve's target rate. Although shelter costs have decreased from their peak in March 2023, they likely need to fall to approximately 3.5% for inflation to consistently meet the target. The divide in how homeowners and renters experience inflation is driven by two main factors. While most homeowners' monthly payments have remained unchanged, the cost of renting has increased significantly. Rent has jumped 11% in 2022 and only continued to rise. In contrast, analysts have noted that homeowner costs have remained stable due to fixed-rate loans, even with soaring mortgage rates. Millions of renters are feeling more financial strain due to the income disparity between typical homeowners and renters. Despite potentially higher mortgage payments, renters' incomes are generally lower, leading them to allocate a larger share of their income towards shelter costs compared to homeowners. Looking ahead, there is some relief for renters, as national rents have been trending down for months. Market asking rents have declined for the 7th consecutive month in December. The rental market is expected to weaken further in 2024, with a forecasted drop of 0.2% by the end of this year. This anticipated trend is attributed to increased housing supply, which is expected to alleviate shelter inflation in the coming months. Late last year, the White House announced a release of about $3.7 billion to help lower-income households with their heating costs. This funding, which is 90% of the total allocated for the Low-Income Home Energy Assistance Program, is meant to assist families in affording their home energy bills. The remaining 10% is being held back in case there are budget adjustments later. Secretary Xavier Becerra has mentioned that this funding is a result of bipartisan efforts in passing the infrastructure law. The goal is to ensure that Americans have the means to stay warm in the coming weeks. Last year, 6 million families relied on this program for heating or for cooling. The funding comes from regular appropriations and an additional $100 million from the bipartisan infrastructure law. While this year's funding does not match last year's total, the administration is exploring ways to increase support, including the possibility of more funding for the program. In the Northeast, home heating oil prices are lower than last year, providing some relief. The funding aims to lower energy bills for households across the nation, especially benefiting low-income communities as winter now approaches. The White House sees this as a crucial lifeline for American families, allowing them to afford energy costs along with other essentials like food and housing, aligning with President Biden's broader economic agenda. Officials have recently announced the start of a low-income home energy assistance program in the state of Massachusetts. Applications for home energy assistance are currently being accepted online, and eligible households may receive financial help to offset their heating bills until April 30th, 2024. Both homeowners and renters can apply online or through local administering agencies for assistance. The state of Maine has been awarded more than $38 million in funding for the program for this year. Nationwide, an estimated 6 million households receive assistance with heating and cooling costs through the program, including over 45,000 Maine households. New York State has also been awarded more than $360 million to help families ahead of this winter season. So friends, please make sure that you check with your local government to see if they are currently providing and accepting applications for energy relief. Well, my magnificent and most marvelous friends, that is the end of my daily stimulus update video for today. Dearest friends, thank you so much for being part of this community. This coming Friday, I will be announcing several winners for the Walmart gift card giveaway. If you would like to enter these weekly giveaway, friends, please click and like several of my videos and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. The more videos that you watch and then comment on, friends, the the greater your chances of winning these giveaways. Thank you, and have a wonderful and very blessed day.